very happy to hear about. Okay, now, so I said I'm going to be sharing with you 7 things that you must do if you do want to have a very fulfilling as well as a financially rewarding career. And I'll just kick things off very quickly. The very first one is this. You need to find, number one, you need to find your core and focus on it. You need to find your core and focus on it. Now, what does that mean? Well, basically, your core is where 3 forces meet. Okay, and I'll explain these forces in a moment. Now, because a lot of people are not happy in their jobs. A survey was done, and it was discovered that over 90% of the people in the UK actually do not enjoy their jobs. They're not happy with their jobs. And think about it. They spend most of their time awake at a job they don't like, with people they don't like, in an environment that they don't like, and they wake up in the morning, they go back, and they do that day after day after day. And that's because these people made a decision to go down a career path without discovering their core. Now, like I said, your core is really where 3 different things meet. And those 3 different things are, number one, your passion. You want to identify the things that you're really passionate about, the things that you enjoy doing. Why? Because to build a career, a successful career, is hard work. And if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you will get burnt out as you work hard at doing it. So you want to make sure that you identify your passion. What do you enjoy doing? What could you do a lot of even if you weren't getting paid? You want to identify those things that you're really passionate about. The other thing that you want to identify are the things that you're good at, what we call your talent. Because you could be passionate about something, but you're not really good at it. And I usually tell people, if that's the case, make it your hobby. You know, if you're not good at something, right, and you enjoy doing it, do it in your spare time, but don't pursue a career with that, because you're not going to be you might have some success, but you're not really going to be very, very successful. So you want to identify those things that you're quite talented at, where without lots of effort, you find that you tend to do better than other people. The truth is, everybody has talent. Everybody has talent. Now, some people, their talent's pretty obvious. With some people, you might need to do a little more searching. But everybody has talent, so you want to identify those things which you actually are naturally gifted at. And then the third thing is you want to look at the marketplace. So I did say this, where 3 forces come together. The third force is the force of the marketplace. So you look at the things that you're good at and also the things you're passionate about, and find out which one of those actually, how you could use these, what I call your strengths, to serve the marketplace. So this is where you actually now go and look at the marketplace, looking at your core strengths, which is your passions and your talents, and identify in the marketplace how or where you could serve doing something you're good at and something you love at the same time. Now, a lot of people don't do this. What they usually do is they do what daddy says, or they do what mommy says, or they just see a shiny uniform in someone and they go ahead and want to do that. There's more to a job than a shiny uniform. So you really need to make sure you've identified your core and then you focus on it. So once you've identified what you're good at, that you also enjoy doing, and you've identified where you could, the kind of maybe a career direction you can go in the marketplace where you could be compensated well for doing that, then that's what you want to focus on. You know why? Because you will be able to work really hard, because to build a successful career, it does require hard work. That's a fact. And so if you're doing something you're not good at, you will be frustrated, because other people will be putting in less effort than you and getting a better result. And if you're doing something that you don't enjoy doing, what would happen is, after a while, because it takes a lot of hard work, you will get burnt out. And if you're doing something that the market really, there isn't much value in the marketplace, and except if you don't mind being poor, but if you realize it's not really compensated well in the marketplace, you've got to consider that and look at a career path you can go down. For example, I'll talk about teaching. I teach, I also train. People say teachers don't get paid very well. Well, in a sense, I teach, but I get paid very, very well. Why? Because I looked at the marketplace, I looked at my passion, looked at my strengths, and I looked at where in the marketplace I will get compensated well for what I do. So there are some teachers who I make probably in a year 5 times what they make. Why? It's because I actually looked at the market when I was making a career decision at what path to go down. So you want to look at that as well. So the first thing you want to do is find your core and then focus on it, because that is really where your fulfillment and where your money, your financial satisfaction is going to be. Now the second thing you actually do want to do is